Guys, welcome back. So today I am going to be creating and fulfilling a wholesale order. I recently went to a local coffee shop and they ordered the 20-ounce skinny tumblers as well as the 15-ounce mugs. They ordered 50 mugs and 50 tumblers total, so I have a lot of work cut out for me. I'm just getting started with this and chopping each of these up. So once I have each logo like this, I'll go ahead and tape them onto the mug and press them. So I just go ahead and line up their logo like so. You can't see it right now, but this is their Cave Express logo. And we're gonna go ahead and stick this in the mug press. I press my mugs for 385 for 180 seconds. At that point, I like to take my mugs out, as you just saw, and I put them into warm water just to kind of stop the sublimation process. And then I just go ahead and I keep going, and I'm basically going to make an assembly line and make mugs until I am just too tired to make mugs anymore. And while I'm doing this, everything that you see me using, I have purchased from Heat Press Nation. So I'll link it all down below. Hey guys, as you can probably tell by the outfit change, it's another day and I'm still making mugs and tumblers. So I'm about halfway through right now. I have 25 tumblers made as well as about 25 coffee mugs. So about half of my wholesale order is complete. But before I keep going and making some mugs, I wanted to kind of hit the timeout button here and just kind of mention my pricing and what I consider to be wholesale. So I did a whole video on wholesale and how I get to my pricing and my profits, things like that, and I will link that video up above. But real quick, when I'm saying wholesale and I'm making these mugs, I consider wholesale to be anything 20 or more of the item. So you can do it however you want. Personally, for me, between the tumblers and the mugs, I don't really care if somebody orders 10 of the tumblers, 10 of the mugs, as long as it's 20 things together. But yeah, you can define wholesale in terms of your business however you want, but that's how I do it. I define it as ordering at least 20 items from me that you want, and then that is when I will give somebody a pretty good price break. Let's go ahead and get back over and keep making those mugs and tumblers. Make sure that all of my images are the exact same. The exact same in terms of placement on my tumbler. So here we go. Once I'm sure that it is good to go, what I'm gonna do is slide it into my mug press for 75 seconds. And while it's doing that, I'm gonna go take a sink and basically fill it up with warm water. And the reason I'm doing that is because the moment that this beeps, I'm gonna take it out with my gloves because it's extremely hot, and I'm gonna take it out, peel the design off, and immediately drop it into that warm water, that sink of warm water. What that does is it stops the sublimation design. Now you may ask, do you have to do that? No, you don't have to. I have done some where I have not done that, but from my personal experience, I have found that you don't get as crisp of a design. Sometimes you get a little bit of, I don't know if the right word for this is ghosting, but that's what I would call it, where just the image isn't as crisp. You can see a little bit of a shadow, if you will, behind it. And I find that if I just stop the sublimation process immediately by dropping it in the water, I don't have that. So that is why I do what I do, and that's why you're gonna see me do what I'm doing. So there we go. Let's go ahead and put it on it and cook a tumbler. And I do have my pressure closed all the way, because it's a tumbler and you want to make sure. So it closes all the way up here like so for 75 seconds. Now be very careful, this is extremely hot at this point, which is why I'm using these heat resistant gloves. Now, sometimes when you do your tumblers in your mug press, you will find that they will come off with almost a rough texture wherever the tumbler was pressed with the mug. And to fix that, there's a quick, easy fix to that, and that is to take a little bit of a magic eraser and just kind of run it over the design, and you will find that that will take care of that roughness. So see here, and it doesn't take long. It cools off very quickly. When you go over it with a magic erase marker or magic eraser, suddenly you no longer have that weird kind of texture that sometimes results from using the mug press versus the convection oven. That is something I've only noticed happen in the mug press, but it is fixable, as weird as it sounds. Grab yourself that magic eraser, lightly go over it, put some water on it, dry it off, and you are good to go. Okay, so all of the Cave Express mugs are done, and so to transport them to the cafe, I'm just putting them in the original box that they came in. So please excuse the messy work area. So all 5 tumblers are ready to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them back in their original boxes so that they are easier to transport and just a better appearance overall for the customer.